Hello everybody, welcome to Rob's Outdoor Adventures. In this week's video we're going to be continuing our whistle training, and I'm going to explain a little bit of what whistle training is. Whistle training, what we're trying to accomplish here is we're trying to accomplish the dog to sit on the whistle, and that sit on the whistle we're trying to expand for her to sit away from me, so that when she sits I can give her direction right or left or back into retrieving a down bird somewhere that she doesn't know where it is. So right now it's a process. It's not an easy process, it's a long process that we're working on, because I have her trained to sit beside me on the whistle, but I want her to sit away from me on the whistle. And how we're doing this is she is trained to sit beside me, and what we're using is we're using stimulus, electric stimulus. You'll see that we have progressed this week on this, and through the progression it's getting easier. So the stimulus, there are times when I do hit her with the electric collar, and there are times when I don't. So that's what we're doing. In the first part of the video you're going to see that we go on every Tuesday. We go to our professional trainer Dave Trahan. He runs On Point Kennel in Deerfield, and I'm going to put a link to On Point Kennel in the comments below. And Dave is the national president for the National Versatile Dogs Association. So he's not a 100% Labrador Retriever trainer. He trains his dogs in all aspects of hunting and retrieving, and that's what I'm looking for Dee, and that's how I train Luna into that. And I'll give you a little bit of information on my two dogs. Luna is my yellow lab, and you'll see her. She's wandering in and out of some of my videos. She'll be 5 years old in May, and not last year, the year before, 2 years ago, we took her out pheasant hunting for a weekend, and she came up lame. And when I brought her to the vet, they told me that she had hip dysplasia, and that she either had to go to surgery or I had to limit her hunting. And the surgery was too expensive, and it wasn't guaranteed. So, and I wasn't going to limit my hunting, so I opted to get a second dog, which is Dee. And Dee is the black lab, and that's what the videos are now. Is we're in the process of training Dee. Dee will be 15 months old on the 11th of March, and we trained her to hunt last year. So she has a whole hunting season under her belt as a beginning dog. She actually did very well, but now we want to solidify this year coming up on what we're going to do with her, on our projection of steadiness, control, i.e. the whistle training, control and casting, so on and so forth. She's a very high energy dog, very well driven. I'll put the kennel in the comments below where I got her from. A phenomenal kennel in Buxton, Maine, Maranatha Kennels. You're going to see in the video, and my videos are on time, on a timeline basis. You're going to see in the video that at the beginning of the week there's no snow on the ground, and Wednesday we got a gigantic snowstorm. I got 17 inches at the house, and I put a little blurb. I was goofing off with my GoPro and tried to do a time lapse. It didn't come out very well, but I put it up anyways. And then our training is going to persist in the snow, so you'll see when I'm doing my home training there's snow on the ground, but it actually is this week. So don't think that I'm patching in cuts. It's just, we got a ton of snow, and hopefully it melts, because it's throwing a loop into my training, because I was hoping that I could get more time outside so that we can get on some live bird training. And you'll see some live bird training with On Point Kennels when we do pigeon training and duck training. And I got some good news, a couple of good news things. My buddy Rich Dioria, he owns a house in North Dakota. Luna and I went to North Dakota in November for duck and goose hunting, and we got invited to go for the conservation hunt. It's called light goose hunting, and we are leaving on the 22nd of March for a week. I've never done it before. I'm planning on videotaping our hunts out there. There's going to be several of us out there, and see how that goes with the videotaping of the hunting. Hopefully it'll be a lot of fun. And as you see on some of these videos that I'm putting out, I put a mount on my duck boat, and I put it out there. I just bought, it's on order. I'm hoping to get it, well, I should be getting it before my trip. I just bought a Stoeger M3000 semi-automatic shotgun for my trip out there, so I'll do an unboxing of that and let everybody see how it goes, how the gun is, and then I'll try to do a review when I get back from the hunt. Hopefully I can put a bunch of rounds through it out there on snow geese, and we'll go from there. And hopefully people are enjoying my videos. Let me know what more you'd like to see. If you'd like me to get into more stuff that we're working on. When I get back from my trip to North Dakota, we're getting back on April 1st. So 3 weeks, the third weekend of April, we're going to start fishing season, and I'll be videotaping some of my fishing trips. So there may not be a lot of dog stuff in that, but we'll be videotaping my fishing trips, and it depends on how my my obedience training goes with Dee. I'm going to try to attempt to take her on some of the fishing trips. Okay, everybody, it's Tuesday morning, and we are on our way to dog training. Dee and I are on Route 101 eastbound. There's Dee. Sit. Here. Good girl. Sit. Here. Good girl. Here. Here. Sit. Here. That's why I emphasize when a dog is got that wiggle butt mentality, don't overdo your praise. This is just as good as going.
People think that this is easy. This is a whole work in progress.
It's the same thing that I always stay. It's the same thing that I always say to people. You get out of your dog whatever you put into it. Because common question, well, how long is it going to take me to train a dog? I said, you're always
till it's
training.
done, right. Till
I said, you know, you get the dog to a certain level. It's where you have them, and then once from there, it's maintaining that level. It's not like a piece of tool that you take that chop saw, put it away, and then
And
come
it
back
stops
and
where-
be in the same
right.
position.
right.
It doesn't work that way. These guys need to be working constantly, you know, kept active and know those drills.
And in their mind.
Right, and it keeps it focused.
Right.
And stuff like that. I mean, if you finish the dog, what we call finish the dog, and then went 6 months without doing anything, is he going to do it? Most likely he's going to do, but there's going to be some inconsistencies
Right.
and some little quirks, and that's where the frustrating part comes into. You know, the classic one is when people send me a dog, and they, you know, for months on end, I work the dog, I get it, go through 2 or 3 days with the owner. Here you go. These are the commands. This is what you need to do. You need to practice these things. The minute that person
Leaves and there's
leaves
no
and
practice.
lets to keep that regimen up, all of a sudden that, gee, he's not hollering at me to take care of that thing. So that slowly,
Deteriorates. Yeah.
it slowly gets away. You know, I call it residual funds because all of a sudden,
Yeah. Well, that's money in your pocket.
yeah,
But what I have observed with Luna, and now, granted, she's only a baby, but hunting season's the worst time for your dog.
oh yeah, because we
Training's over.
training's over and you just want to have fun. You don't want to
Right.
work at it.
Right.
So there comes to an extent of
They get that mentality
Yeah,
that there's
you know,
a little freedom
sometimes
here.
he didn't yell at me. I broke a little bit.
Yeah.
That thing, and I dropped a bird and stuff like that. I will tell you that the one thing that I enjoy about the guiding, when I'm working with my dogs, I'm so in tune on finding the bird for the person that when the dog is performing, I'm not shooting, so I can control
The dog, right, right.
and stuff. And it's, I'm not saying that they don't screw up. You know, listen, I don't care who the trainer is. You're going to have dogs that are going to make some issues. It's just natural. They're animals.
Right.
But the opportunity for them to screw up one is very limited because I don't have to shoot. I don't have to.
Right.
You know, I just got to.
That's a-
there goes the bird, and I'm watching the dog.
There's a huge difference between me and my dog alone, and me and my buddies that are dog guys, and we trade off.
Right.
When your dog's in
And,
the
you
blind,
know, and that's a hard thing sometimes. That's a hard thing. And I've got some friends, it's like, give your dog a break. Hunter, like, oh, I gotta get him out, gotta get him out. And it's like, give him a break, hunt, then come back, you work your dog and I'll hunt.
and that's what my buddies do. You bring your dog, I shoot.
Yeah.
I bring my dog, you shoot.
Yeah, and that way, you know, and then eventually, Dee said, eventually, once that dog gets to a certain age, it learns to understand, and you don't have to be so.
Come. Sit. Good girl. Come. Good. Come. Sit. Good girl. Come. Good. Come. Come. Sit. Good girl. Come. Stay. Sneak out. Sit. Good girl. Come.